Hey everybody, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here. Don't forget to subscribe. And today I want to talk about the human brain because it's soon to be simulated. And I think we're one step closer to artificial general intelligence, as well as a whole bunch of medical breakthroughs as well. So this is interesting, among other things. And Victor Tangerman of Futurism had a really interesting write-up on this because if you didn't know, back in 2024, researchers completed the first ever map of the circuitry of a fruit fly's brain. And believe me, I had to record this a couple of times and I still am flubbing it. Anyway, despite the diminutive size, basically the organ packs almost 500 feet of wiring and 54.5 million synapses into basically the size of a grain of sand. So this is a very complex thing that they did. So that is astonishing, and that's the way the author put it. Basically, an astonishing feat of computational neurology research. This allows scientists to better understand how signals travel through the brain. And granted, a fruit fly, and I did it right this time, is not nearly as complex as a human brain, but it's an amazing start. And thanks to significant advances of some of the world's most capable supercomputers, the researchers at the Jülich Research Center in Germany are now aiming their sights at a far more ambitious goal. They want a simulation at the scale of the entire human brain. So previous attempts, for the record, dating back about a decade or so, like the Human Brain Project, pretty much fell flat despite having a whole bunch of government funding. But the Jülich researchers think they can push things forward. And for the record, if it's not Jülich, it's Jülich or something like that, I do apologize. I don't speak German. The idea here, though, for the record, is to bring together several models of smaller regions of the brain with a supercomputer to run simulations on billions of firing neurons. The team, which is being led by neurophysicist Professor Marcus Deisman of Jülich, will leverage the Joint Undertaking Pioneer for Innovation and Transformative Exascale Research, or JUPITER. This is a supercomputer that they're going to use. Now, JUPITER is currently the fourth most powerful supercomputer in the entire world, according to the Supercomputer Top 500 list, and features thousands of graphical processing units. So this thing will play one mean game of solitaire and possibly simulate a brain. So the team demonstrated last month that a, quote, spiking neural network, end quote, could be scaled up to run on JUPITER, effectively matching the cerebral cortex's 20 billion neurons and 100 trillion connections. We are complex creatures. The supercomputers are getting there. So once up and running, the simulation could be a major upgrade, Deisman, talking to New Scientist, said, and compared to previous much smaller simulations, this would be a huge leap forward. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I mean, if I'm thinking about the possible medical benefits here, this would be absolutely amazing. Think about curing neurological diseases once and for all. Somebody has Parkinson's or dementia or any of these other neurological diseases, and now we understand how the brain operates at such a minute level that we can actually pinpoint it and possibly reverse it. But I also think this could be used for artificial general intelligence. And so think about this. If we can more understand how our brains process that makes us uniquely think and generate what we generate, we could potentially radically change and improve computational process pathways inside supercomputers and computing systems as well. In other words, our computers start to act and simulate as they are interconnecting and sending data from A to B, more like a human brain than like a silicon chip. And I think that's something that we really have to understand. It's something we really have to grapple, but I think it's something worth exploring. And so we're going to see what's going on here. And the last thing I want is a simulated brain going AGI and then turning into a Terminator. Nobody really wants that. But I do think there are some serious benefits here. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this because, quite frankly, I could go both ways on this, but I think the possibilities are really endless with this. And just having, friends and family that have had neurological diseases or issues before, this could have helped and even possibly survived them. So quite frankly, I think it's an interesting one to think about. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please, attempt to stay private, informed, and secure. Take care.